Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about while else and for else, and this is part 33 of our full stack Python playlist. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about while else or for else. So while else and for else, we talk about while else and for else. So while else and for else available only in Python. You cannot see this while else and for else in other programming language. Rather than while else, we have two while in other programming language. But in Python, we don't have do while, we have while else. Okay, so let's understand what is while else and for else. Okay, while and for loops are defined with else block. Okay, so we, for example, let's talk about the syntax of while else. So we have while loop and condition. Okay, so this is the while block. We have statement one and statement two. So we have two statements inside the while loop. Okay, and see the else in the else condition we have one statement only. Okay, so see the indentation. So else is not inside the while. Okay, while is a other block and else is a other block. Generally we use else with if. Okay, but in Python we can also use else with the with while block. Okay, so if the condition is false, if the condition was false, given condition is false, then only while executes. Then only while execute. So if the starting condition is false, like for example, when like on the first iteration, on the very first iteration, condition is false, so no statement will execute, but while state else statement will execute. Okay, no matter condition is true or false, but when the condition will false, else block will execute. Like we used to do in do while loop. In do while loop, what happened? Do while loop, sorry. In do while loop, what happened? If the condition is false, if the while condition is false, do at least one. To execute at least one step, one time. Okay. So here also it happens. Let's talk about the for else syntax. For is a keyword, variable. It is a user defined variables, and in iterable. Iterable may be string, list, tuple, anything. Okay, and statement one, statement two, and we have else. Okay, else inside else block we have statement three. If the condition is false, if the loop condition is false, or we can say if loop completely executed, after that else will execute. Or we can say when the condition is false, else will execute. Here also when condition is false, then else will execute. See, else block is executed after execution of while and for loop. When while and for loop execution completed, then only else block execute. It is not excluded. It is not executed when for while loop are terminated using break statement. Okay, so else block will execute only statement three execute only if there is no break. If there is no break statement, if you put break statement between statement one and statement two, so else block will not execute. See, else block is not executed when for while loops are terminated using break statement. Okay, if condition is false, then it can execute, but if it is exiting with break, so it will not execute. What not execute? Else statement will not execute. See the program. So example, n equals to 1, nothing but initialization. N less than equals to 5, and print n value. What is the first value of n? 1. Then increment the n value, then again n value is 2. Okay, so n and n equals to n plus 1 is there. So initially n value is 1. So what will happen? 1 will print, and n will update. Now n value is 2, then n will again update. N value is 3, n value is 4, and n value is 5. Now n value would be 6. So n value will 6 here, 6 less than equals to 5. So condition is false. So it will not execute. While not execute, then it control flow go to the else. So else block execute. Like after condition false, this else block execute. Okay, let's try writing program. Ideally, integrated development learning environment is the full form, and this is the interactive mode, and we have the programmable mode here. All right, so I will take new file. I will save this desktop, full stack Python programs, and this is main 18.py. Okay, the file name. Let me write the code. Number value equals to 1. Okay, while number less than equals to 5, then I will write a statement print simply number, and I will end with a space. Okay, by default it end with new line, but if you're writing some meaning of like how would you like to end this print statement, so you can explicitly mention like it should be end with a space. Now I will increment the n value equals to number plus 1 like this. Okay, now I will write else block. So can you see So else block is not inside the while loop. Remember this. This is a separate block. So we can write print in else block. Okay, like this. So this statement will execute after this condition will false. So only when the number value greater than 5, it will false, and then this will execute. So let me run the code. So what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is printed, then in else loop is printed. For example, if I write break here, if I write break, so what will happen when else will execute or not? Whenever you write break inside the while loop, whenever your while loop terminating with the help of break statement, so it will not execute else part. It will not execute else part when your flow of the loop breaking with the help of break keyword. So see, check now. What will happen? One will print after break will execute and nothing will print. So number value is initially 1. Okay, number less than equals to 5. Yes, number 1 is less than 5. So print 1. Then break. Break means exit from the program. So if you exit from the program with the help of break, so it will not run else part. Okay, so this is the concept. All right. So this is the same program. So we are using break here. So else part will not execute. All right. And for example, I'm using for loop for else loop. So number in range 1 to 6, 6 will not include. Okay, so 1 to 5 it will execute. So 1 to 5 number will print, then else block will execute when the condition is false. Okay, so what would be the output? Output would be number 1 to 5, and then this statement. So let me write this statement as well. This program. Okay, so we have 4 number in range 1 to 6. All right, and I will write print. Okay, so print number and equals to space, and I'll write else. All right, so now I will write like inside the else block. Okay, like this I can write. Okay, if you don't want to give default meaning, so by default what happen? Line will change. Okay, so what will happen? It will execute 1 to 5, then else block will execute. When I value would be 6, so means condition false, so it will execute. All right. So let's come to our lecture now. Come to the notes. For example, if I use break within the loop, so what will happen? Else part will not execute. If you are breaking your control flow with the help of break keyword, then it will not execute else part. See this program as well. So let me write else. No, sorry, not else, but break. Break is a keyword. Let me run the code. Okay, so what will happen? See, let me. So it will not printing anything. Only one is printing. Why? Why else block not executing? Because of this break keyword. I hope you are getting, everyone. Now we are going to learn very important topic, which is collection, or we can say data structure. Okay. So if we are talking about jobs, Amazon, Google, Meta, so data structure is really important for them. Okay, so data structure. So this is the important part. So now everyone please focus. We are going to learn about collection or data structure. Okay, so Python data types are classified into 2 categories. Okay, one is scalar data types and second is collection data type. Scalar data types are used to represent one value. Okay, like what are the scalar data type? Integer, float, complex, bool, and none type. So it is used to represent one value. For example, a equals to 10. So it is a one value. B equals to 20. It is a one value. C equals to 10.8. It is another one value. Okay. E equals to true. So this is also a one value. So scalar data type is used to represent one value. Okay. Collection data types are used to represent more than one value. Okay, more than one value. Collection data type is used. For example, we have like what we can say 100 students marks, 100 student marks. So this is we will use collection here because we are talking about more than one value. Okay, collection means we have more than one value. For example, if I click here on file, so what I'm seeing these options, or we can say when I click on insert, okay, or when I click here, so this is different types of fonts. So this is what? This is one font or more than one font. This is one more than one fonts. So this is what? A collection. Let's talk about font size. So this is one number or many numbers. These are the many numbers. So this is the collection. So more than one value is known as collection. I hope you are getting. So talks about sequence data type. So inside the sequence data type, in sequence data type, we have List is a sequence data type. Tuple is also a sequence data type. And we have range is also a sequence data type. String is also a sequence data types. Bytes and byte array. So we have how many sequence data type we have? List, tuple, range, string, byte array. Like 6 data type we have. 6 sequence data type we have. Okay. Now we talk about set. So inside set, what we have? We have 2 data types, set and frozen set. And then we have mapping. Mapping means dictionary. So generally what I want to say, what I'm saying here, everyone please focus because this is an important topic. Collections, nothing but data structure. So what I'm saying, so we have how many different types of collection. So we have different types of collection like ordered collection. We have unordered collection, and we have mapping. Okay, so ordered collection means we are talking about sequence. Okay, and unordered collection means we are talking about sets. Okay, and mapping collection means we are talking about dictionary. All right, everyone. So we have ordered, unordered, and mapping. Okay, here order means sequence is matters. Sequence data types is list, tuple, range, string, byte array, and bytes and byte array. Unordered means set. Instead we have set and frozen set. If we talk about mapping, so mapping is nothing but dictionary. We have dictionary data type. Okay, all right. So collection types are called containers. Collection types are called containers. Collection types allow to group individual object and represent as one collection. All right. Collection types are called iterable. Iterable objects implement iteration protocols. Collections are used to store more than one value or object. Every collection uses a data structure for organizing data. Okay, so if why data structure comes into the picture? Because we talk about organizing data in a effective manner or in a great manner. We need effective data structure. We should have good knowledge of data structure in order to manage the data in efficient way. Okay, that's why data structure is important, because you organize the data. Organization is really important in our day-to-day life, in programming as well. So now we talk about sequence. Sequence are ordered collection where objects are organization in sequential order. Okay, or we can say insertion order is reserved. All right. Now we can talk about properties of sequences. So we can we have properties like index base, allow duplicates, slicing, homogeneous, and heterogeneous. So these are the property of sequence. Okay, this may be based on index. It may allow duplicates and it may allow slicing. Homogeneous means same type, heterogeneous mean different types. Okay, Python support the following sequence data type. What are the following sequence data type Python support? List. List is what type? Mutable. Mutable means changeable. Tuple is immutable. Immutable means non-changeable. Means non-changeable but shareable. Range. Range is immutable. String is immutable. Bytes is immutable, and bytes array is mutable. Okay. Now we are going to talk about list data types or collection. List data types or collection. List is a mutable sequence data types. List is a mutable sequence data types. Lists are mutable sequence typically used to store collection of homogeneous items. Homogeneous items means similar type. List is a linear data structure which is mutable and ordered sequence of elements and items. Each value object in list is called element or item. All right. In application development, list is used to represent group of individual objects, whereas duplicates are allowed and reading writing is done sequential and random. Okay, so you can randomly pick up any value from the list, or you can sequentially fetch all the value or read the value. List list is a name of class or data type represent the list object. Okay, now we are talking about how to create list. So we have different ways to create list. So using a pair of square brackets to denote the empty. Okay, with the help of these square brackets, we can represent the list. This is the empty list. Okay, using square brackets, separated item with comma. Okay, so if you want to put item in the list, so you will separate it by comma, like 2, 4, 8. So this is list. Why list? Because we have a square bracket. Okay, and using the type constructor or function. So this is what function, or we can say constructor. List and iterable, we can create the list with the help of this function as well. Let's take the example. For example, this is the list. Why list? Because we are using square bracket and we are printing list. So what will print? Let's do some experiment. All right. For example, if I write list one equals to square bracket, and I'm going to print list one, what will it will print? What it will print? Let me see. So it will print square bracket only because this is the empty. So for example, if I want to check the type, so with the help of type function, I can check the type of the list. All right. So this is our list type. Okay. If I want to enter some value inside the list, so how can I enter? I will separate by comma like this. So now my list is no more empty. So we have these value from my list. If you want to access any value, any specific value on the list, then you can write the index. So index start from 0. So this is a 0 position, 1 position, and 2 position. Let's talk about we want to fetch 6. So I will write 2 because 6 is 2 position. I will run it. So what's the result? 6. Okay. So this is how we can fetch the data. All right. So you can also practice these types of examples. I will provide the link in the description. You can download notes. You have in the description, you will see the link where I put all the notes from day 1 to day 30th, 33th. Okay, like from beginning to till this video, we have all the notes. Creating list using list function. It type is a type conversion function which convert other iterables or collection into the list type. So we have number one list and we have number two list iterable. So list is used to create empty list, and list iterable create list by using existing iterable or collection. For example, we have list 4 and I'm using list function. So what will happen? An empty list will print like this. And if we talk about print list 4 type, so what is the type of the list? List. Okay, list itself. So list and range 1 to 6. And what I'm doing? I'm using list function. I'm using list function. All right. So if I'm using list function, so what will happen? What will happen? These values will print. Okay. Now, if we talk about this example, we are using range data type, and from 10 to what we are doing 110, and this is the step value. 10 is the step value. So in range, we write generally what value we write? We write start value, then we write stop value, then we write step value. All right, everyone. Like this, we can write. So 10 is a start value, 110 is a stop value, and 10 is a step value. So it will print 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that till 100. All right, everyone. So now we have list Python. Okay, inside list is a function, and inside list function, I'm writing Python double quote and list 7. I'm going to print list 7. So what will happen? Python will print. All right, list 8. Okay, list 8. And what is here? NIT. And I'm going to print list 8. So what will happen? Each character individually print inside the list. Okay, you can try these examples, everyone. Whatever you go practicing, if you should practice like 100 plus problems. Okay, then only you can crack the logic of like many problem logic you can crack. Okay, solve basic problems. Do not go for the advanced problem. Do not demotivate yourself. Start from basics problems and attempt at least all basics 100 problems. Then move to the mid-level problems. Then move to the little difficult problem. Then move to the hacker rank and quotient. Then you will feel like great happiness while solving hacker rank and quotient problems. All right, so this is the important part. Reading content of list or sequence. Okay, so Python allows reading content of sequence in different ways. What are the different ways? We can read with the help of index, slicing, for loop, iterator, enumerator. Okay, so Python allows us 5 ways. We have 5 different ways to access, or we can say read content of the list, or we can say sequence. Sequence. We have how many ways? 5 ways, which is index, slicing, for loop, iterator, and enumerator. Let's talk about index. What is index? Index is an integer value. Each element or item in list, or we can say sequence, identified with list. Index is element position, or each location in list sequence is identified which integer value called index. Okay. For example, see, for example, I have this block. Inside we have 2, 4, and 5. Okay, so what's the position value? This is the 0 position, this is the 1, and this is the 2. So this 0, 1, and 2, this is nothing but index. So here I write -2, -2, -1, -2, and -3. So this is the from right to left. This is from right to left, and this is from left to right. Okay, this is the negative indexing, and this is the positive indexing to access these elements. Okay, these elements. Okay, index is used to read elements from sequence in sequentially or randomly. Okay, for example, we have one list containing 10, 20, 30, and 50 like that. So we have these value 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. And if we talk about left to right, so indexing is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We talk about right to left, so we have indexing like -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. All right. So now if we talk about index values are two types. What types? Positive indexing and negative indexing. Okay. When you are going towards left to right, we have positive index. If you are going right to left, we have negative indexing. So this is positive indexing and this is negative indexing. As simple as that. All right. So we are going to learn theory in depth and then we will learn so many program in depth as well. Okay, don't worry about it. So positive index start at 0, which is used to read items left, right, forward direction. Negative indexing start from -1, which is used to read items in right to left, backward direction. Okay, backward direction. This index is used as a subscript to read value from list. Okay, so this is the syntax. What's the syntax? List name and we have index. Examples are L equals to 10, 20, 30, and 50. And we are going to print. Okay, print L. So these are the values. These are the values of the list. This is how we can print. If you want to access a specific element, like if you want to access 10, then you will write L10. Okay, this is the index value. So 10 will print. When you write L -1, so what will happen? 50 will print because it will run right to left. All right. Okay, everyone. So if you want to access second element, which is 20, okay, if you want to access 20, so you will write index 2. If you want to access 40, you will write from right to left. If you want to access, you will use minus indexing. So 40 will print. And if you will write 5, so left to right, 5 will print. 50 will print. Sorry, 50 will print. Okay, if you will write, so see if there is any error. For example, if we have list 10, 20, 30, 40, and we have 50. So indexing start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 index. If you will access 5, so it will give error because there is no 5 index here. All right, as simple as that. All right, so that's why you cannot access 5. But if we talk about -5, can we access this? So let's check. -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So we have -5 because it's starting from -1 and we have -5. We don't have 5 because it is starting from 0 to 4. I hope everyone clear. All right, so this is how you can access individual value. This is the positive indexing and this is the negative indexing. Okay, and this is the error because we don't have +5 index and we don't have minus index 6. All right, this is the error. So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time. All right, thank you and keep on practice. Okay, because practice is the only key for solving problems. Okay, practice is what? Practice is a key. Let me create the key. Can I create the key? Yeah, yeah. So practice is what? Practice is a key. All right, for the success or Amazon, you can say. If you want to crack Amazon interview, Google interview, what you need to do? Just practice, practice, and practice. Okay, don't worry about anything. Do not worry about anything. Believe on yourself. If you have believe on yourself, then you can get everything by the time. Okay, don't be distracted. Okay, don't be distracted. Don't be depressed. Okay, don't be feel anxiety of anything. If you are like feeling your future is not clear, your vision is not clear, you are not getting clear idea like what you will do in future. So what you can do by the time you can do just practice, practice, and with the help of practice, you will get this key one day. That this is the key of success. Then you can crack any interview, or if you want to run your own startup, then also you can run. Okay, but do not forget this thing. Practice is really important in any field. Okay, so thank you everyone and always keep a smile on your face. Okay, don't be sad, don't be depressed. Okay, because this life is not uh, like permanent, or we like this is not that, this is a temporary thing. Life is what? Life is temporary. Life is temporary, not permanent. So don't waste your time while mm, struggling with like cheap things. Okay, always give your time to yourself and make yourself better, 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 and better. All right, thank you everyone for giving your time. All right, your time is really precious, and like invest your time in doing such a great thing which will help you in future. Okay, thank you everyone. And whatever you code, write, comment that code. Comment. All right, everyone. Don't forget comment your code in the comment box. Okay. Thank you everyone, and I will see your comment.